for those of you just tuning in. Second quarter action is where we are. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Bucks?
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Washington trails by 7. So on the floor for Milwaukee, we've got Mitchell, and it's Wagner in at the 3, small forward. Here's Milwaukee. They've led by as much as 10. The 3 from Mitchell. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Donovan Mitchell is this
First team
close to
foul.
back up. The defender has got to feel
Shooting
a
for
bit
the away
uneasy.
team.
Milwaukee
Donovan
making a
Mitchell.
switch here.
Hit.
Both free throws good from Mitchell.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Poole outside. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Washington shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
At the line,
And the free
for
throw
your
no
home
good,
team,
but they'll get the ball back
Jordan
here.
Poole. Shooting 1.
Here's Sarr. Here's Baldwin. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. It's an even 3-on-3 break. The 3 from Mitchell. A strong move
Donovan
by
Mitchell.
Mitchell inside.
Mitchell does not let that 6'1" frame deter him from going in the paint. This guy has got so much confidence.
Poole, the pass to Sarr. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Baldwin. He got a piece of it. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Washington. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills.
Possession to the home team.
It's a very intriguing package.
Substitution
So
on
for
the court.
Washington, Valanciunas,
Time
he's
on the
checked in
floor.
for Sarr.
Home team
Kyle Kuzma
timeout.
comes in for Gill, and it's Bay in for Baldwin. Sharp, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Now a timeout called by Washington. So many ups and downs in this career. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in a span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Milwaukee. Just 5 on the clock. And he lobs it up to the rim. In transition. The finish. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Donovan Mitchell has the ball on a string. Any spot on the floor, wherever he wants to go, yes, he can get there.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Poole outside. And it's rejected. And they're on the break. For the finish, Mitchell completes the transition play.
He sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Possession to
One
the
of the
away
trickier
team.
plays to judge.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And
Donovan
Washington
Mitchell.
making a change here. Brogdon's checked in.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Valanciunas. Still no points. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Kispert from the arc. Offensive rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away
Away
from them.
team
For Washington,
basketball.
Rashawn Holmes. He's checked in for
Substitution
Valanciunas.
on the court.
Koulibaly comes in for Bay. And it's Davis in for Kispert. Timeout called.
Timeout on the
Milwaukee.
floor. Away team timeout.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Milwaukee. Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation.
Home
Now a
team
timeout called by Washington.
And no doubt, coach wants them to
Timeout on the
improve their
floor.
interior
Home
defense.
team
I
timeout.
think right now they're giving up way too many
DC
easy
Van
looks. That is a recipe
T-shirt
for
time.
disaster.
Make some noise if you want a t-shirt.
And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Wizards. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Pass to Kuzma. Two in the cold spell. And he sinks the layup.
Excellent recognition from Kuzma. Solid running these screen and rolls.
Milwaukee leading by 15. Here's Mitchell. And Mitchell with the
Donovan
slam.
Mitchell.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. We've got 1:23 left to play in the half. Now here's Koulibaly. Pass to Holmes. Now here's Koulibaly. Still without a bucket. And he was
Away
fouled while in
team
the
foul.
act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second
That's on
personal
Franz
foul.
Wagner.
The
First
officials
team
were
foul.
right on top of that one.
Washington
At the
shooting
line
their
for your
6th and
home
7th free
team.
throw attempts tonight. Bagley's checked in for Washington.
2 shots.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here's Milwaukee. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3
Donovan Mitchell.
points.
I'll tell you,
Assist
Donovan
goes to
Mitchell in transition,
Franz
bearing down on a
Wagner.
defender is not pretty.
59 seconds left in the first half. Here's Koulibaly. Holmes. Tip back in for 2.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make. Mitchell into the lane. And he makes it.
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell's got 34.
Their system is running smoothly, and the gap on the scoreboard is widening.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Brogdon against Young. Another shot. Davis down low. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
I see you, Johnny D. Big time rebound. I love his hustle and commitment. He is in it.
Mitchell up top. Outside Young. Back to Mitchell. It'll count. Oh, no good on the last
That's the end of
second
the first
attempt there.
half with the
And
score.
so it's Milwaukee
Your home
with an
team,
impressive 16 point.
18. The away team, 34.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Donovan Mitchell.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Malcolm Brogdon out there with Jordan Poole.
Home team
Then
ball.
there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Bay in at small forward. Here's Brogdon. 6 to shoot. Over Gilgeous-Alexander.
With his length and athleticism and basketball smarts, how about the contest by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Excellent defense.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Mitchell out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Franz Wagner, and it's Olajuwon in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Mitchell. He's got 34. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by Washington.
We all know he's a good shooter. From that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room and had.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. Terrific start right there.
Coming onto the
Timeout
floor.
called by Washington. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade, looking to gain a boost of energy as they continue to play in this game.
And staying hydrated is the only surefire way to do it. An athlete's body doesn't have the same power and stamina without proper hydration. These guys will be sure to use this timeout wisely.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. To the middle. Here's Poole. Poole gets it in close.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
And it's Mitchell. Okay,
Donovan Mitchell.
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Washington trails by 14. Brogdon, the pass to Kuzma. Deflected. Mitchell against Poole. And they're going to count that bucket. And
That's
they'll
good.
send them to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Personal foul.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path.
Gills checked in for Washington. Kispert comes in for Brogdon. Now here's Poole. Give him 8. Pass to Valanciunas. And here's Kispert. And he's going for the lob. Hey, great communication on the lob.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there. And stolen by Bay. And here they come. Here's Gill. Hey, expanding his range. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
So disruptive defensively out beyond the arc.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing. The ability to alter shots on the perimeter, that was beautiful.
And so it's Bay who brings up the ball for Washington. Down by 15. Kispert outside. Back to Poole. Fires it. And that one's long.
Let's be honest, that's not a shot he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed.
Donovan Mitchell.
Well, Donovan Mitchell off the bounce, able to put pressure